Marco Rubio, unfortunately the Secretary of State for the United States, traveled down to El Salvador this week on a bit of a friendly little trip to, talk to them about clamping down on immigrants, kind of like they're doing here in the United States. We want other people to follow suit, and we want you to keep your people out of our country. But during his visit, the president of El Salvador doubled down on his offer to let the United States send not just deported migrants from our country to this super prison they had created, but also said, you can go ahead and send your regular American-born convicts down here too. Something that one, Donald Trump has also suggested doing in recent weeks, and two, Marco Rubio, speaking to reporters, seemed to love the idea. Here's what Rubio had to say. The president of El Salvador has agreed to the most unprecedented, extraordinary migratory agreement anywhere in the world. We can send them and he will put them in his jails. He's also offered to do the same for dangerous criminals currently in custody and serving their sentences in the United States, even though they're U.S. citizens or legal residents. We're talking about deporting U.S. citizens. And again, not naturalized citizens, people that came here from somewhere else and went through the process and now they're legal citizens. I'm talking about actual native-born Americans. People that, have been here for generations. Doesn't matter. If you're in jail, it is now a distinct possibility that you could be shipped down to El Salvador, even though doing so is 100% illegal. And there would, of course, be multiple legal challenges to this, but where are the legal challenges going to go? To the conservative-controlled Supreme Court? How's that going to end? I keep saying this because it continues to be true. There are no checks and balances anymore, folks. I know we have seen lawsuits against Trump's orders, and I know we've had a couple good judges out there that have put the brakes on them, but that's only going to last so long. Because at the end of the day, they all end up in the same place. And that is that conservative-controlled Supreme Court. And if you think they're coming to save us, then please share what you have been smoking, because by God, that ain't going to happen. But it gets worse. The State Department, the U.S. State Department, describes El Salvador's overcrowded prisons as, quote, harsh and dangerous. On its current country information webpage, it says, in many facilities, provisions for sanitation, drinkable water, ventilation, temperature control, and lighting are inadequate or non-existent. So Marco Rubio and Donald Trump are considering sending U.S. citizens, sending undocumented people that they've rounded up in their raids to this super prison in El Salvador that they built 2 years ago, but haven't been able to find enough people to put in it. That's why he's offering. Holds 40,000. They've only got 15. We got to use up this space, by God. They're fine with sending these people to areas, to a prison that may not have drinkable water, may not have electricity. These people are only allowed out of their cells for 30 minutes a day for brief exercise periods. They are locked up 23 and a half hours per day in this super prison. And it is a very real, I think, probability at this point that we end up seeing American citizens thrown in this jail by Donald Trump. Thanks for watching, everybody. And if you're not already, please subscribe to the channel. We got fresh content every day for you. And if you want to follow us across social media, make sure you check out all of the social links that we have posted in the description of this video.